Welcome to Fright Club Live at Gateway Film Center. Tonight, a podcast discussion of the most frightful kidnappings in horror.
Another one of Hope's all-time favorites. This is reading like a greatest hits album here as we move along.
And a screening of the 2003 film, I'm Not Scared.
Has anyone already seen this? Anybody already seen it?
Yay!
Nobody.
Oh, I love so much
it.
when that happens.
Plus the latest short film from Mad Wolf Productions, Killer Pictures.
Killer Pictures, let's make it feature.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, here are your hosts, Hope Madden and George Wolf.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and welcome back to Gateway Film Center for Fright Club Live. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. This is going to be good stuff. I can't believe this is the first live one we've done since Nightmares.
It is.
Right? Yeah.
Yes, because it's November, so it was just last
I
month.
lose all track of time. That was such an awesome event, and everybody
Yeah.
that was here, you know what I'm talking about. So thanks for everybody that came out for that, and thank you because last time we had Drunkula.
We did. We world premiered Drunkula. That was super fun.
It was super fun.
That was.
A lot of great comments.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you for
did.
that. And
Yeah.
we like we just had the intro from Dave there. We've got our latest short film, Killer Pictures, to debut tonight.
That's right.
Along with the feature. So that'll be fun.
That's right.
Might see some familiar faces in there if you've seen other stuff like Obstacle Corpse and other things. There's some familiar faces on that, so that'll be fun. But the main movie tonight is one called I'm Not Scared, which we have talked about before, but not that much.
Not a lot. It featured prominently in our Down in the Pit
Yes,
episode.
yes.
Yeah. And you'll see why. You'll see why. But let's circle back for a second to
Yep.
Obstacle Corpse.
Yep.
Because for the first time ever,
Oh my Lord.
you can purchase an Obstacle Corpse Blu-ray.
We got Blu-rays.
We got Blu-rays.
The commentary
Yeah,
track.
it's got a commentary track with the writer-director, the producer/murderer, and a murder-happy chef.
Yeah.
They all talk about the movie as it's playing. And
Yeah,
then we've
we
got some fun behind-the-scenes stuff. There was a news channel came out.
Yeah, Good Day Columbus came out on set
That's
today. It
on
was
here
pouring
too.
down rain.
Yep.
So all those extra features are on that Obstacle Corpse Blu-ray. And thanks again to Chris for setting us up with a lot of those.
Which is funny if you think about it, that it was so kind of them, Good Day Columbus, to
Yeah.
come out and cover our movie. And they came out what was, to that particular date and time, the worst fucking day of my life.
It was pouring.
Pouring down rain
Yeah.
in a film that is shot entirely in the out of doors
Yeah.
on a sunny
and we
day.
had no
my God.
choice but to keep filming, so we had to
and
build a
then
tent
to stop soaking wet and then
Yeah.
be nice for like, but they were very kind to come out, and that's on here too.
Yep.
You can see me pretending to be nice.
But it all worked out, and hopefully enjoy the film. Plus, just in time for
Winter,
we've got a few of our Fright Club toboggans left over.
We do have that, and
And,
some copies of Killer Pictures if you don't have
gee
yours.
whiz, we're just hawking the wares
That's right.
here
So
tonight, aren't
actually,
we?
after you see the short, you're going to be like, "Oh, there's a whole book that goes with that," and this is it. It's right here on the table. You can see it.
That's right. maybe a precursor to a feature film. You never know.
You never know.
If the stars align. So looking forward to that. So thanks again. So yeah, we're talking about. Hey, come on in,
Tyrone.
Come on in. Talking about kidnapping in horror, and there's a lot. I was thinking about this earlier. There's a lot that movies that probably are on the line.
Yeah.
But there's between kidnapping and prisoners, but
Yeah.
not exactly
Yeah.
kidnapping. So we gotta make some judgment calls.
Well, not only that, if you think about it, there are two, I think, primal fears like that we have from the time we are very, very small. One is being eaten, and then the other is being taken, like being kidnapped. As something that children are afraid of, that they're going to be stolen from their families. That it's a really potent theme for horror movies, and there are some great horror movies about kidnapping that didn't make this list, like Hounds of Love.
Oh,
We showed that at Fright Club. That is a magnificent and incredibly difficult
that
movie.
is crazy that didn't make the list. That's
I know.
nuts.
Misery.
Yeah,
That's-
I was thinking about that.
But
That's
it's
right.
It's kidnapping, but is it kidnapping? I mean, it's
Right.
yeah. I suppose yes.
Right on
but-
the line.
Yeah, right on the Split. There is kidnapping going on there.
Definitely
of course.
kidnapping and Split.
Love that one. Don't Breathe has
Yeah.
a kidnapping situation in the basement.
Yeah, but we need to save that for the Thanksgiving episode. If you know, you know.
Last House on the Left, of course. There is one.
Oh, Megan is missing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Although to be fair, I hate that movie. So it's not going to make any
That's
lists.
really a lot of people. That's on a lot of people's really unnerving list. I mean,
I just hate it though.
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
Misery. Black Phone 1 and 2.
Yeah, both of them are about kidnapping, and of
Yeah.
course, Prisoners. I'm not sure that's a horror movie, but it's terrifying.
Yeah, it really is. So a lot of judgment calls, and
Yep.
those are tough calls to be made. Hounds of Love. I can't believe that. Holy moly.
I know.
That is-
I think you might be annoyed when you find out what got number 5 instead. But I don't think anybody's going to be that surprised.
No, not going to be surprised
No.
at all. Not going to be surprised at all. So, so we got a 5, and of course, one of them is the movie that we're going to show tonight, so we won't be talking much about that, but we hope you'll come down and talk about it afterwards.
That's right.
To get on the podcast.
Yeah, we really want to hear what you think
Yes.
about I'm Not Scared.
Yeah, very much so. So let's get at it. Number 5, and this is one, I might have heard about this one once or twice. When a successful country lawyer captures and attempts to civilize the last remaining member of a violent clan that has roamed the Northeast coast for decades, he puts the lives of his family in jeopardy. It's The Woman.
This is our project, and it's a secret.
What are we gonna do with her?
We're gonna help her. We're gonna train her, civilize her, free her from herself, from her baser instincts.
Do you really think we should be doing this? Do we really get to keep her?
We do.
It's a comedy.
It is. For those of you who don't know this, so we started this podcast, or the film series that went with the podcast, almost 12 years ago now. Basically, specifically so that I could show the movie The Woman. The idea was we wanted to share horror movies that people never got a chance to see that were great. Like not like so bad it's good, but like really brilliant horror movies that I didn't think enough people had gotten to see, specifically The Woman. And it was so expensive to rent that it took us almost 3 years before we finally convinced Gateway Film Center to bring it in anyway, and we showed it, and it made me so happy. And I love that movie. I love Lucky McKee. I love Pollyanna McIntosh.
Yep.
I think that it subverts expectations so much because the whole time you think it's just one of these sort of misogynist, awful horror movies, but you're just thinking, you just look her in the face, Pollyanna McIntosh as the woman, you're like, I don't think she's going down without eating everybody in that house alive and screaming. Yeah, it's so brutal, but it's so satisfying, and it's just the performances are amazing.
They really are.
Sean Bridgers is Chris Cleek.
He's great.
Oh my God, he's great. And then years later, he's the villain in Room. With Brie Larson. And so basically, this is a guy who keeps getting cast as somebody who keeps women in the shed out back. So avoid him if you see him on the street.
And then the mom is Angela Bettis, who's also very good.
Yeah, who is, of course, in May, the masterpiece, Lucky McKee's masterpiece, May.
Yeah, and there's actually, without giving too much away if you haven't seen it, there's more than one prisoner in this movie, really. More than one captive. And it is subversive. It's darkly funny. There's a layer of sick, dark humor running under.
And cookies.
Yeah, and cookies running underneath it, especially in Sean Bridgers' face. He's just always got that smirk.
Yeah.
That just smirk you want to smack off his face.
Yeah.
And think that he's just doing such a good deed in civilizing this woman
my God.
and teaching
You
his
just
kids.
hate him so much.
Yeah, it's something. But you're right. You always know that the woman has something in store.
Oh, yeah.
That she's not going to go down without a fight. Plus, because she's no shrinking violet.
Well, I
mean,
know.
she's a sturdy woman.
She is.
And she's going to
Hooray for big girls.
and she's going to bring the noise
That's
when
right.
she gets a chance. So, yeah, if you haven't seen The Woman, definitely check that out. And that's from 2011. And I know it's gotten a good cult following over the years. I mean, they eventually did that disappointing sequel that I think Pollyanna McIntosh directed.
She
did she
did
not?
direct it. And technically speaking, it is itself a sequel. Jack Ketchum wrote the original.
Right.
Pollyanna McIntosh played a small part in that. It's not very good either. And then The Woman is Brilliant is the middle. And then there's a third one called Darlin', which, Pollyanna McIntosh wrote and directed. And she again plays the woman, although that's not the main character in it. And she's still great in it, but the movie is quite disappointing.
Yeah, I remember we were so excited to see it.
We were so excited.
Unfortunately, not great. But The Woman definitely is. Hello, come on in. That's number 5 on our list of kidnapping in horror. So let's move it up to number 4, another one of Hope's all-time favorites. This is reading like a greatest hits album. here as we move along. This is from 2009 when Brent turns down his classmate Lola's invitation to the prom. She concocts a wildly violent plan for revenge in The Loved Ones.
Will you go to the dance with me?
Sorry, Lola. I'm done with Holly.
I'm going to stab Holly in the heart, just like you did to me.
Lola.
I love this movie so much.
You don't say.
I love it so much. Yeah,
It's a
Sean
good one.
Byrne, Tasmanian. Sean Byrne wrote and directed this. Was his first feature film, which just kills me. It's so wildly original and brilliant and just spellbinding. And unlike anything else, and yeah, Robin McLeavey plays the pretty princess Lola, and she gets turned down for the prom by Brent, who, as you can tell from his tuxedo and his scream there at the end, probably made the wrong decision. It's such a fascinating movie. It's just you never know where it's going, not for a single second, and the performances are magnificent.
Yeah, and then you've got the other couple.
So you love the other couple.
Yeah, they're funny. They bring the comedy element
Yep.
to it. Although Lola is dementedly funny as well.
Yeah.
But man, it gets violent.
Her
and
relationship with her dad is funny.
Yes, and it gets demented. And the director, Sean Byrne, he had Robin McLeavey prepare for the role by researching serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer and watching Misery, Natural
Nice.
Born Killers,
Nice.
and the works of Quentin Tarantino.
Okay,
So
all
that
right.
is some good homework.
It is. That'd be fun.
Yeah, and definitely prepared her well because she really crafts a hell of a memorable character.
Oh my
in this.
God, she does. She's just magnificent in this movie. She's so great,
And
and
pretty-
that pink dress is so amazing.
Pretty handy with a power tool.
She is.
Unfortunately, to Brent's dismay. And I remember shortly after this, we saw the actor that plays Brent, Xavier Samuel,
Yeah.
in another movie, and it was it was a period piece with all the costume, and I just couldn't place him. I couldn't
Yeah, it
place
was
him.
Love and Friendship.
Yeah, Love and Friendship, right?
Yeah.
And then it hit us. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's
I
Brent
said-
from The Loved
I
Ones.
said, Bright Eyes.
Bright Eyes.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, it's Brent.
But yeah, this one is fun and bloody and uncomfortable
It's
and
nuts.
awkward.
As the trailer said, batshit insane.
Batshit insane. And this also features more than one captive. Again, without giving too much away.
Yeah.
But man, it gets squirmy. It gets squirmy. And Lola is a hell of an interesting character. And Lola Stone is her last name, which is an anagram for lost and alone. And when this was mentioned to Sean Byrne at a Q&A screening, he was wowed and amazed. He said he had no idea.
Wow.
So some fanboy or girl came up with that.
Okay.
It's lost and alone, an anagram.
Wow.
Wild. But a very memorable character for sure. And that's one, I don't know what the plans are, but that's one that could definitely be revisited.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's up with Lola?
Yeah, what
So
is
we
she
saw
up to
her in
these
the
days?
road, in
Yeah.
the middle of the road.
Yeah.
So The Loved Ones, check it out if you haven't, from 2009. That's number 4 on our list of kidnapping in horror. Okay, number 3 is the one we're going to see tonight, so we won't say much about it. It's from 2003. A young boy accidentally discovers a deep hole in the ground where another boy is kept prisoner. I'm not scared.
So I'm just going to warn you, I picked a trailer that is not subtitled, but because it was just the prettiest one on a big screen. So there you go. It's a really pretty movie.
Sag's mir doch!
Ich habe keine Angst.
Yeah, that is a good-looking trailer.
It is.
And a good-looking film. Has anyone already seen this? Anybody already seen it?
Yay!
Nobody.
Oh, I love so
Love
much
it.
when that happens. Okay, well then definitely come down and tell us what you think
Yes,
afterwards.
please. Just a couple things to know beforehand. It takes place in 1978. It's told mainly from a child's point of view, so the director instructed his director of photography to shoot most of the film at a child's height. Can mention that. You'll notice that, I'm sure. And it was loosely based on a true story of a boy from Milan and the novella that's written about the incident. So just a couple things to know before we head into it. And other than that, let's talk about it after we see it tonight. So that's number 3. Number 2 is another one that we've talked about a time or two. This is from 2003. After being kidnapped and imprisoned for 15 years, Odesu is released, only to find that he must track down his captor in 5 days, Old Boy.
So Park Chan-wook has a new movie coming out this year.
Yes.
We're so excited.
So excited. No, it's called No Other Choice?
No Other Choice. Yeah, No Other Choice.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, very excited. But this was really the movie that made him a global superstar and drew, I think, international attention to the amazing films coming out of Korea. And Old Boy, Chin Min-sik is the name of the actor who also is in I Saw the Devil. And he's in a million of things. He's in tons of things. He's always great. But those are two
He can take a beating.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Those are two movies. This is a man who can take a punch.
And a lot of other things, yeah. He really can.
That's right.
Yeah. And this is, of course, part of the Revenge trilogy.
Yeah.
The first one is Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance.
And then Lady Vengeance.
Yeah, is the third one.
Yeah.
This is the middle one. Yeah. And I'm surprised this is not number one on this list because, man, this is tough to beat.
It was
great.
It was a tough call.
Because this is a major kidnapping. I mean, the way it goes down.
Yeah.
Just a mystery that he's just, and all of a sudden, he's let out.
Yeah, he is.
And then has to unravel the mystery.
And I love, because the very opening part of it, of course, before he gets kidnapped, he's just this sort of drunken slob. And I don't think you expect what you get from him when he gets out because it's nutty. It's crazy. And it's one of the most just gloriously shot and edited action movies in history.
That very famous one in the corridor is just insane.
Yeah, everything about this movie is
if the rest of the movie sucked, it would be worth it to see it for that fight scene alone. Of course, it doesn't.
And it doesn't. No, and it just gets wilder and more insane. And more subversive and more like, oh my God, did that just happen? The farther you go into it, it's such a masterpiece. It's such a great movie.
Yeah, and if for the first time that you see it, I mean, once they get to the reveal, you're like, it's quite a big reveal.
It is.
And then, of course, they made the unfortunate remake.
Yeah.
Very forgettable.
Yeah.
Years ago, but
Spike Lee.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Yeah, I guess in interviews that he has talked about that a lot of things were
really
out of his control,
exactly,
unfortunately.
That's
so
right.
it's very forgettable. This one, though, is not. So great. Number 2 somehow.
Yeah.
I talked to the judge.
I know.
On our list of kidnappings in horror, and that is Old Boy, the classic from 2003. So, number 1, it's a good one.
So I'm gonna explain why, okay? Because number 1, every single thing about this movie is focused exclusively on a kidnapping. Everything, the plotting of it, and then the sleuthing of it.
Yep.
And it is, for me, one of the scariest movies I've ever seen because I'm claustrophobic. And so it just has a tremendous impact on me. So that is why.
I think none other than Stanley Kubrick agreed with you. He said this was one of the most scary and terrifying films he's ever seen. From 1988, Rex and Saskia, a young couple, are on vacation. They stop at a busy service station, and Saskia is abducted. After 3 years and no sign of Saskia, Rex begins receiving letters from the abductor. It's the original The Vanishing.
On avait violé Saskia. Si elle est morte, je vais mourir moi aussi.
No, I definitely see your point that the entire movie is based around the kidnapping and then the aftermath. Yeah, so that's a good point if you're going to split hairs there. Yeah,
yeah, and it's such a fascinating film because the hero Rex, he's a dick. And you really hate him from the beginning because Saskia, who's the one who ends up getting kidnapped, is such a sweetheart, And the whole opening of the film, they're on a trip together, and he's just being a dick. And she stops to go, use a restroom. It's a very busy, huge, sort of truck stop kind of a thing, and then she never comes back. And so he's haunted for the entire rest of the movie. Can't get over it. Puts up signs all over town. He's still trying to figure it out. But even that, it's just he wants to know, right? I mean, he seems to be far less concerned with the fact that something awful happened to this woman who loved him. He seems much more upset by the fact that he doesn't know what it is. And so even that, it's not even about her, and it's not about grief or about mourning. It's about control of the situation and not knowing. Mm-hmm. And so it's unnerving because you sort of feel more aligned with Raymond. Who's the psycho who does all of these things, but he's such a dork, and he's just so like openly dorky as he's explaining. I just wanted to know how to do this, and then you see him like practicing kidnapping somebody, and you're like, what a loser this guy is. So you know, it's such. It's especially having been coming out in like 1988. It's a fascinating idea that we were not entirely rooting for the hero, and we were not entirely rooting against the villain, but we sort of were, because what this man had done was awful, and we definitely love Saskia. But what's fascinating is because you know the whole time the fate that Rex is going to face, or you think you do, you know, and then, which is the worst, especially if you're claustrophobic, like the worst imaginable fate. And it's just such an interesting mix of emotions that this movie puts the audience through. And also the way George Sluizer, as the director, works your nerves with, like, there's a shot early on where they drive through a tunnel. I mean, there are so many ways that this movie just ratchets up tension and works your nerves.
Yeah, it's like we've talked about other movies before. If this is something that scares you, like you're talking about, I can see how this will be absolutely terrifying.
Yes.
For other people, maybe not so much. But if it's something primal in you, this would be absolutely terrifying. And it was based on a book called The Golden Egg, and the writer of the book, apparently, he wrote the screenplay for this as well. And he apparently he based the book on a newspaper article that he read about a female tourist who disappeared from a bus stop at a gas station in France. Now, it turned out in that situation that she was okay.
Oh, good.
But he envisioned this whole scenario of the book and then the screenplay and the movie. And then a few years later, they made an American version.
Yeah, same writer, same director,
and
just a festering pile of garbage that remake was. It's
they
awful.
Changed the ending.
It's
Americans
so
like to pull the
bad.
punches. They pulled punches, and not nearly as good.
Yeah,
but,
it just makes you afraid of Jeff Bridges' face. That's all this movie does. Just these close-ups on menacing Jeff Bridges' face.
And you know,
so bad.
It's great that you bring up Raymond, because he's a guy he's a fascinating villain.
He is,
but never really gets talked about. I mean, this is one that kind of slips through the cracks. But because he is a dork, midway through he gets called out by that woman who thinks he's just trying to, like, pick up girls in the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah.
He's a complete dork, but a fascinating villain.
Sociopath, like somebody who he doesn't have any real emotions, and so he's testing himself. Can he do something perfect?
Yeah, and then he finds another way to be in control of the situation by reaching out to Rex and trying to control that situation. Yeah, it's fascinating.
It is.
It
really
is fascinating. As a character study and a horror movie. And that's The Vanishing from 1988, number 1 on our list of kidnapping and horror. Oh, look at that. We're right on time.
What?
Man, love this when it comes together. All right, we're going to watch our newest short film,
right.
Killer Pictures,
Killer
here first.
Pictures.
Just about, 5 minutes or so?
Yeah, if any. So
it's
enjoy
short, that.
It's fun.
And then the book that inspired it is down here, too.
That's right. The book that inspired it is down here. And then, of course, we're going to watch the really beautiful I'm Not Scared. And then come back next month. George chose this one, everyone. And it's a super fun one for Christmas.
Horror Story.
That's right. Christmas Horror Story. It's a great anthology. Really fun horror movie.
A lot of times this time of year, you've probably been on social media and people just throw out there, what are some good Christmas horror movies? And I'm always ready to throw this. I mean, there are a bunch, and we've talked about them. But this one is just fun.
And the shorts are all sort of connected by a radio DJ. I'm sure that's not why you like it.
No, it's not.
No. But
there's a great Santa Krampus fight, too.
That's the thing. We're gonna count down the best Krampus horror movies just in time. So come back out for that.
That's the December edition. I usually get to pick one movie a year, and this is the one.
Yep.
A Christmas Horror Story. That's my Christmas gift. So that'll be fun. Looking forward to that. Okay, so enjoy the movie. Please come down after, since no one has seen it. I love that.
I know it.
And we'll get to talk about it after, and we'll get you on the podcast. So until then, enjoy I'm Not Scared. Yeah. Hey, good.
Yay.
I was a little unsure. It's not
it's definitely more of a thriller than a horror movie.
Yeah.
But it's just lovely, and it's so heartbreaking, and it's so gorgeous.
Oh, man. It reminded me a lot, if anybody's seen The Reflecting Skin.
That
we showed here one time, all those scenes through the field. Yeah, just absolutely beautiful.
This movie was on my watch list for probably a decade, and I'm glad you finally screened it. And it really exceeded my expectations. The kid actors were really great. The actors playing the main character's family were all really great. The twists and turns, it really surprised me.
Good.
Yeah, I'm so glad. I think that it can be really hard to show a film from the perspective of children because children do such stupid things that make perfect sense to children. And I thought that they really nailed that here, that it would occur to him to just all right, I'll come back tomorrow with food, I just thought, I thought that they did a good job of not patronizing children, but actually sort of behaving in the way that they would normally behave.
Yeah, very much so.
Beautiful movie. Most inept gang of kidnappers I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And killer pictures. Let's make it feature.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, our cat was glad to steal the show.
That's right.
What'd
she
you think,
was.
sir?
Kids on bikes.
That's right, kids
Kids
on bikes.
on
It's a great theme. It's funny because I keep thinking that is such a great representation of the freedom of childhood, right? From E.T. to just kids on bikes. It's
Goonies.
It's such Goonies. It's such a great image in a movie. Stranger Things. Yep.
Yeah, it was great. Absolutely fantastic. Enjoyed
Nice
it so
to see
much.
you.
Nice to see you. Good to be back. Always a great pick. And I just thought that, I wanted to say a little bit about Mikkel Lomitramo. He was a fantastic kid. I just felt
he really was.
The whole movie. Just thought it was the coolest kid. Point out some cool things he did. Spot transparent eyeglasses from a mile away. Also, closes his eyes at the most critical points. Falls off a bike into a bed of roses and just flicks off ants off his eyes. That was a great kid. That's all.
It really was.
Yeah.
And he was so so beautiful. The way he was shot, he was such a beautiful little boy. And right from the very beginning, when the little girl, the bully kid is convinced this little girl she's going to take her pants off, and you're just waiting and waiting. And, right from that moment when he takes it and he's going to walk, and the whole time he's walking across that beam, you're like, no way that beam holds you up. No way that beam. He's a good boy.
That's the save the cat moment, isn't
exactly,
it?
yeah.
We know right from then that he's
a
good guy.
Good kid.
He's a good guy.
I just have two things to say. First, every time they were rolling around in the hay, I was like, are you going to get ticks? Also, do they have Lyme disease in Italy? Because maybe that's a thing. Secondly, hear me out, but I think this would be a really good double feature with Heavenly Creatures.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
I love that plan.
Oh, yeah.
Like period dramas of kids dealing with crime.
Yeah, absolutely. And any excuse to watch Heavenly Creatures. That's right.
I can see that. Yeah.
I love that plan.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Might have been the cutest little sister ever.
Oh, yeah, Maria. She was adorable. She was.
Yeah, and they really ratchet up for a movie that is based on a kid's point of view, where things maybe aren't as serious as they should be. They ratchet up a lot of tension.
They really did. Yeah.
In a great way. I'm glad everybody liked it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm really glad everybody liked it because I was, like I said, a little unsure, but I was really glad to see that nobody had seen it.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
And I hope you come back for a Christmas horror story because that's a whole different vibe.
That's right.
That's
it's
a whole different vibe next month. Krampus and Santa, man.
That's right.
In a fight. I love that. And
It's
William
a good
Shatner.
one. And William Shatner.
The radio
yeah,
DJ. I mean,
that's
it's got
right.
everything a holiday needs, really. So that should be fun. And we'll get this all edited down and the podcast up here in just a couple of days on all the normal outlets. And, of course, you can find us anytime, madwolf.com and Mad Wolf Columbus on all the socials and the Fright Club Facebook group as well. So a lot of ways to keep in touch. What else is going on?
That's all I can think of.
Okay.
All right.
We appreciate it. We're gonna go home and tell our cat that you all liked their performance.
That's right.
And,
That's right.
And she will just want more potato chips.
Yes, you will.
So thanks a lot for coming out. Glad you enjoyed the movie. And until next time, she is Hope Madden.
He's George Wolf.
And this is the Fright Club Podcast.